Welcome back, friends, to the second episode of the Zephcast. It is my great honor, super excited to have my wonderful friend Zachary here today. We're just going to be chatting, hanging out, just chilling, talking about who he is, kind of what motivates him to stream. And yeah, let's just kind of jump right into it. So Zach, first question I've been dying to ask you. Is cereal a soup?
Oh, throw me off guard. Okay.
Right out the gate.
Is cereal a soup? Okay, this is. I want to say a couple weeks ago, maybe a month. My close friends group, we have a group message going, and we always ask weird questions. Pretty sure this one came up. We had like a day-long debate about why it was and why. I think what defines soups and cereals
is what?
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Ingredients in it. So soups are more of veggies and as it was. What was the other? Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts now. Throw a curveball.
We Google like what is soup?
Yeah, what is soup? No, it was. That was it. But oh yeah, it was
vegetables. Like having vegetables in it.
Yeah, so like I don't know.
Now I'm trying to think of like soup that doesn't have vegetables in it.
Carrots, onions, like that, and then broth. That was the big definer.
Vegetables and broth. I wonder. So we have this like soup that we've really been digging called like lobster bisque soup. Have you ever had lobster bisque soup?
I haven't.
Oh, it's so good.
Very good.
It's very creamy.
Buttery.
Yeah, it's buttery. It's rich. It's like it's delicious. It's delicious. It's like pretty much like creamy lobster soup. I don't know how else to explain it, but I don't think there's any vegetables in it. Not that I can recall. I wonder if that maybe like the brothiness of it. It's not like super brothy, more like creamy, but I wonder if that would be classified as a soup. Now I'm wondering.
I know when you threw me off guard, it caught me off guard. I'm like,
right out of the I was just kind of I like kind of starting out with just super fun icebreaker, just kind of like really fun questions.
That was great.
I wonder. I mean,
I'd be backpedaling for a second.
The other one I was thinking of was like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Interesting. Now I'm gonna take a second and not say something stupid like vegetables and soup. Let's see.
I think you're right though. Like aside from the lobster bisque one, everyone I can think of pretty much has vegetables in it.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, defines a sandwich as two pieces of bread between and like something like meat or peanut butter and jelly, like whatever.
Right.
I would say yes. We'll say yes. It's a sandwich. Final answer.
Everybody's like probably gonna rage at us.
What? No.
Hot dog is not a sandwich. So unlike totally aside from the hot dog and the lobster bisque and then soup and all that. So real question to start out. Who is Zacharyson? How would you describe yourself? Who you are? You right there.
It's me.
Me.
I would describe myself as a very driven individual. It says for anything and anyone, but if you set your mind to something, you really do it. Cool to see that happen, but I'm the type of person that will see it and then we'll do it. Like I'll just go do it, and then if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Honestly, that's so underrated. I feel like so many people are not like that, and they just kind of like psych themselves out from even beginning. They like get that overthought paralysis sometimes, you know. No, so that's great, dude. Like I kind of wish I had some more of that sometimes. Like sometimes I get myself just totally caught up in doing whatever I have planned or whatever I want to do and just overthinking it, and then just getting like a ton of anxiety sometimes from it. So just kind of being like, I want to do this, let's just do it, and then we'll fix it as we go along. That's like an awesome mentality to have.
Exactly. A lot of that's just like seeing and believing.
Yeah.
For me, like I started well, for streaming, for instance, I started as I watched King Fink, and he kind of like, it was fun watching him. And then I talked to my sister Breezes, and I was just like, that kind of looks fun. I kind of want to try that. And I just said, screw it, let's do it. Jumped right in head first. And I had no clue what I was doing. I watched King and King only. So I was like, okay, when he streams, I'll watch. Besides that, that's that.
Yeah.
And it was just, it started off as me like slowly figuring out what I wanted to do, how to implement different things, make it more fun, entertaining.
Yeah.
And it just slowly started like branching out to where, like, I think it was like maybe a month or two after, not a month or two, maybe a couple weeks after I started streaming. She's like, hey, Zach, you gotta watch this guy named Zeph. Every morning he streams, because that was back when you were doing your dailies.
Oh, man.
And I was like, all right, sure, I'll give him a shot. I think I came in, I followed. I honestly didn't really care much. I was just kind of like, I don't really know what he's... I think you're playing Final Fantasy, and I've never had much care for those games.
Just like, whatever.
I mean, don't at me, guys.
No, it's all good.
But I started watching, and then like I slowly started like coming back, and your positivity and everything just kept bringing me back. It made a lot of fun. I was like, that's super cool. That's kind of what I try to strive to be, and kind of what I hold myself accountable to, is just good positivity.
Hell yeah. And
it just like slowly started like, oh, that's a very cool inspiration. Okay, I'm gonna start trying to be a little more positive, a little more uplifting during my streams. So then I start doing that, and then I find out like all these people that have like multiple cameras, that do music streams, that do... That's where my streams now are just a mess of, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's just go do something.
Dude, sometimes that's the best route to go though, is just kind of throw it out there and just be like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll just kind of throw it out there and see what works. Dude, your streams are so much fun. Like seriously, every time I hang out in them, it's just, I mean, it's everybody,
chaos.
It's you, it's chaos, but it's so much fun, honestly. I feel like so many people sometimes take themselves too seriously. So I feel like it's...
Oh, for sure.
It's really awesome to kind of find friends who just kind of like, just have fun with it, you know? So many people are just so like numbers focused, or so, I wanna grow or make money or partner. And like, it's really fun to just relax and not worry about that and be like, I'm just here to hang out with friends and play games, maybe.
In the moment, yes.
Play Happy Birthday on the piano for everybody.
It was everyone's birthday yesterday, okay?
Dude, it was a party yesterday. That was so much fun. Are you kind of getting the hang of the left hand, right hand and everything?
I am. It's slowly coming together. Every day I slowly like think about it at work. I'm like, okay, so I'm doing this. I got this right. Let's try this. And then I kind of try it, and it like my thumbs and my middle fingers, when they cross over, it kind of corresponds. I'm like, oh, I was doing it right. Okay. Yeah,
scales are tough because like the left hand and the right hand don't exactly always sync up together, so it's like it's weird. You have to like have two separate things going at the same time. People that blow my mind are like drummers. Like drummers have like 4 or 5 different rhythms sometimes going on. Drummers just blow my mind.
That's that's the next instrument.
Yeah, maybe electronic drum set. Dude, those look super cool. That'd be super fun to get. Do you play any other instruments besides the guitar and piano and like sing?
I don't. Okay, I lied. I did grow up on a I wouldn't say grow up on, but like my dad had one, a ukulele.
Oh yeah.
And, I played it a little bit, but it wasn't. I just played a couple chords, and then that was really it. But
honestly,
that and a banjo. But besides that.
Banjos are super cool. Honestly, the ukulele, like the bottom 3 strings are pretty much the bottom 3 like fingerings of like a guitar. So you could pretty much probably just pick it right up and play the same D chord and G chord and stuff like that. So ukulele's super fun. I grew up playing guitar, so when I got a ukulele, I was like, oh, this is exactly like guitar. This isn't too bad.
That's cool.
It's such a fun instrument, man. Drums are super cool too. Drums are super cool. The music streams you do, they're really inspiring, man. Like I love when you just kind of go out there and just have fun with it. Like that's what's most important.
I think that's what a big thing is for like Twitch, is you really gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah.
To really just like almost expose yourself to then like to have fun and get over that fear of what are these people gonna think? What are these people gonna say about me? Like there's always gonna be that one negative guy that's gonna come in and say something, but it's just more fun to like show. I wouldn't say show, but like to be your genuine self on that.
No, I totally agree 1000%. Like, and it really seems, at least the past year I've been streaming, like, so I was really worried about streaming when I first started, because I was worried about some of those negative people coming in and just being assholes and just, you know, bots and all that stuff. But like 99% of people are pretty good people. They're friendly, they're positive, they're there for a good time, they're there to hang out and make friends. And it's all about kind of like, it's worth going through those occasional bots or those assholes or, you know, whatever. And, you know, to find awesome friends like you and King and Fortune and Breezy and Moose and just like Mr. White and it's really cool. Like every time it's really cool when you like hop into other people's streams and you see like all the same groups of people there. I get
That's
so hyped.
One of the best feelings. I agree completely with you.
You're like hanging out in someone's streams and it's like, Mr. White, dude, you're here too. What's going on, man? Yeah, it is so much fun. Absolutely. You were kind of saying that King was kind of the big catalyst that got you inspired to start streaming, right? Do you have any plans of doing like any kind of co-stream with King at all in the future? Like doing a double up stream?
We've talked about it a little bit. Played a couple games together, but nothing like big.
Nothing too big?
I think it would be fun. That's where my creative side comes in. I try and like, I want to bring something new to my stream.
Yeah. I think that last part got cut off, maybe. What were we saying?
Something new and something creative to my streams at least once a month. Or just to make something more fun. Like my big thing was the GoPro, I think was a couple months back, of how I got that to work and I was able to start doing IRL stuff. So I'm out there in the world with my GoPro recording.
GoPro's so cool, by the way. It like, I'm envious.
It's so much fun.
It totally is so cool.
It's so much fun. But I don't know. I want to find something that's both our element and we're both comfortable in and enjoying. I think would be fun. And I feel like my channel slowly is shifting from gaming to more IRL based stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've thought of it. I haven't personally talked to him about it, but I think of things throughout the day of trying to find like a good common middle ground of something we can both enjoy and do at the same time.
Yeah. I kind of feel like a lot of people do that. They come to Twitch if they want to stream to play video games, you know, like that's kind of what is the segue into streaming on Twitch. But I relate to that a lot. And I think a lot of people do, in the sense that, you know, maybe for the first few months you're playing Mario or Dark Souls or you know, Minecraft or whatever, but eventually your personality kind of starts to take hold and you're like, you know what, maybe I want to do music streams, or maybe I want to do IRL streams, or maybe I want to do like just chatting or podcasts or whatever. And that's really, really, really cool. It's really important, I think, to kind of find your own footing, you know?
For sure.
Yeah,
it's important. Gotta have your foundation right.
Yeah, like so many people think Twitch is just video games, you know? And I feel like with the just chatting and the podcast and like the special events and the music sections, like it's kind of getting over that, you know? And more people are realizing it's not a video game platform, it's a live streaming platform. And whether you want to stream ASMR or just chatting or whatever, like video games, music, like there's a whole world out there, and people want to connect and relate to like to different places, you know?
For sure. Yeah. Going in, I instantly thought gaming platform too. And I was like, okay, I got a couple games I could play. It'd be a lot of fun. Excuse me. And then I slowly started like realizing all the different ends of Twitch, of just like the cooking and the crafts and music. And I'm just like, what? This is a thing?
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah. And then, I mean, of course, maybe some, you know, Among Us in there or Mario Kart from time to time.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Twitch is really, really cool. I'm like so thankful to have started streaming and meet like incredible friends like you. Like it's definitely been a life-changing experience. Absolutely. On that, I do have to ask, I've been dying to know, what is the story behind yours and What's It Say's dad joke? For anybody that doesn't know, What's It Say and Zach are always calling each other dad. So I need to know, is he really your dad? No? Okay, okay.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't even remember when this started. He's been my best friend for 15 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Since middle school, early middle school days.
So an IRL friend?
Yeah, IRL friend. We've been knowing each other for a long time. I want to say like late high school. I think we just started joking around and calling each other dad, and it just stuck. And then throughout the years, we're just always calling each other dad. And it's like we know the contents of it. We know what we mean when we say it. We're just like, hey dad, what's this? Hey dad, how you doing this? And then like it started off as like text form and slowly developed into like, we'll even say it in IRL. Like we'll be floating around like, hey dad, come grab this. And people are like, what?
Like they look the exact same age.
Yeah. But I don't really know exactly how it started, but it's just kind of stuck in.
What's It Say's a boss?
Joke we do.
Man, I can't wait till, and like I'm really being honest. I cannot wait to come out to Spokane and hang out with you and King and Mr. White and just meet everyone. Like I'm meeting Ice. When I met Ice for the first time in person, that was the first time I'd like met someone on Twitch and then met them in real person. And I'm like, holy, you're real. You're a real person. It was cool. And then,
for real.
And I feel like the podcasts and stuff, like having Ryman on, having you on, having like more friends in the future it's so different talking to somebody like this versus talking to somebody like in text form, you know, when you're just kind of like LOL and then you kind of just start kind of talking off of the LOL or whatever. But like actually having conversations in real time with people is it's so humanizing and so cool. And like that's by far been the best part about Twitch, is like meeting new people and like developing communities and developing friendships.
Yeah, I've made so many friends off of Twitch, and it's just like, it's cool. I mean, we all communicate through Discord, so I mean, we still kind of like keep our personal stuff private, but it's still fun to like just meet all these awesome new people, like-minded individuals, and you guys share so much of like the same common interests. And
absolutely. No, I completely agree 1,000%. So since I know we were kind of talking about like with streaming kind of moving more in towards the IRL, just chatting, just kind of stuff outside of gaming, but has there been a particular favorite game you've enjoyed since you started streaming on Twitch? Like you're like, this is like the best game I've played on Twitch.
I would say for me was Dark Souls, mastered version.
First one.
It was my first ever time playing a Souls-like game, as well as just like the environment. Like I didn't realize how big the Souls community was on Twitch. On Twitch. Yeah, on Twitch. I almost said Twitter. on Twitch, until like I started playing it, and I met so many awesome people. Like for me, my chat, that was a big noticer gauge for me of like how, I wouldn't say like active, but like how, I don't know, how I guess I was growing. My chat was moving faster than I would normally see it. I'm just like trying to keep up, and then all of a sudden like I'm just having a blast, and like I'm playing a game that was so much fun. I'm hanging out with all these awesome people, and they're like helping me, and everyone's loving watching me die. It's just it was a fun one. It's probably one of my more favorite games that I've ever played, actually, to be honest. It moved its way up the charts. And
Dark Souls 2 is nowhere near that.
Dark Souls 2 is non-existent to me.
Non-existent. Do you think you'll finish Dark Souls 2?
I want to. I hold myself pretty accountable to like when I start a game on stream, I want to finish it on stream.
Yeah.
And I don't play much of it off stream, so it's kind of like it's hard. And then I find myself a lot of time, at least his last couple of weeks, I've been super busy of like not being able to stream. So it's like, all right, I'll do little shorter streams. We'll hang out, have a good time, and hopefully get back to it. I'm hoping.
Honestly, those shorter streams are so underrated. I know some people are so gung-ho about like 6 hour, 12 hour, like these huge streams throughout the day. And I think 12-hour streams are pretty cool, or 24 if you're like doing a special event. But yeah, I think it's something really cool when you have like a 2-hour stream, but it's like 2 hours of a ton of fun conversations, you know, hanging out with people, hanging out with friends, playing some fun games maybe in there. I feel like shorter streams are super underrated.
For sure. That's how, like when I first started, I initially thought the longer I stream, the better I would be, I guess I would say. So I started streaming, like I think my average time was like maybe 4 to 6 hour streams. Like
Ooh.
I was putting out some pretty good numbers, and I was like, wow, these are long streams for me. Okay. And then I was like, I'm doing a 24. So I did a 24, did it, and then like I was still trying to find myself, I guess. And then that was back when you were doing the everydays. Yeah. And that kind of inspired me. And I was like, you know what? I'll try everyday streaming for a while.
Oh no.
I think I lasted like 19 days. I was like, this sucks. I can't do this.
Every day was tough.
But you like, mad props. 186, right?
160.
160. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's still impressive. That's a serious number.
Honestly, I wouldn't recommend anybody to do an everyday stream. Although I will say, I think there's a place for it. I think starting out, if you really want to get into streaming or just do like any kind of hobby or develop a new habit, I think doing it every single day for like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks or like a month, you know, like trying it for a month to kind of get the groove of it. Cause like it really kind of taught me about OBS and streaming and Twitch, and like kind of like doing it every single day and getting it out of my fingers, I think really helped. But then after that, yeah, I definitely should have stopped and had like a regular schedule for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. You slowly start to find yourself and what you're comfortable with doing within reason. So you're not overdoing it and burning yourself out, but you're still having fun and satisfying that crave, I guess, or that fix.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you're going to be doing a 24-hour stream again soon? No.
I thought about maybe for like a big event, like either a charity stream or like 1,000 followers or something along those lines, but not just cause anymore. I'm that last one about killed me.
Yeah, man, like it blows my mind how Ice Beams, dude, he just does like 12-hour streams, or like, yeah, I did an easy 18 hours, like 18 hours, what?
I think, what was it? I want to say like a week ago, he's playing Minecraft and he was like, I woke up in the morning, it was like 5:30, 5:45, I wake up, I turned on Twitch. I always lurk first thing in the morning, so I just out of the way and I supporting all my friends. But I'll lurk, and I saw him on and I was like, okay. And then I think about an hour and a half later, I was at work and I popped in on my phone. He's still streaming and it's like 16 hours in. And I was like, okay, he'll probably go for like another couple hours and go to bed. I finished my 8-hour shift of work and the man's still streaming.
Oh
and
my
I'm just
God.
like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm super hooked on Minecraft. I'm like, you're crazy.
24-hour hooked.
Yeah, impromptu 24 hours. I'm like, how do you just do that?
Man, that's, I don't even know. I mean, do you just like leave the camera on and just like keep playing the game and then just kind of keep coming back through it? Like, I don't know. Like, I think the longest I've ever done was like 12 hours one day, and that just, I felt so dead afterwards and exhausted. So yeah, me and long streams are not
for tomorrow.
Oh God. Yeah, I was like freaking out right before the podcast, kind of getting everything set up, because I'm like, oh no, because I thought it was on the PS5, and like if I had it on PS4 to transfer to the PS5, but I guess not. So I'm like hooking everything up to my Go XLR and PS4. I'm like, there's not enough hours in the day, but I'm excited. Yeah, this has been the first time I played Final Fantasy VII in like a year. It's my favorite game ever, so I'm really excited to play it again. Do you think
was that the first game you streamed?
The very first game I streamed, yeah. I wanted to stream something I was like comfortable playing, you know, so I didn't have to like think about the game too much. I could just kind of focus more on the Twitch side. And then also the remake of it was coming out in like April time, so it was kind of like the perfect time to kind of lead up to it.
This year it's coming out?
Yeah, the remake came out April 10th, 2020. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I was like streaming the OG one on Twitch, and then kind of right when I finished it, the next day the remake came out, so I kind of like timed it up pretty good. Oh, it was so much fun, man. Do you think you'll play any of the Final Fantasy games at all, or actually, is there a series you've been wanting to play that you like just kind of haven't got into playing yet?
Yes and no. So the Final Fantasy series, I didn't really know much about, to be honest. Until I started coming into the Twitch world, and I never realized how many people actually played that game. I feel like I'm the only person that has it. I know everyone keeps saying that I should give them a shot and play them, and they do look interesting. I will give them a shot, definitely. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
But one of the big series that I wanted to try playing was the Souls series, and here I am, about 10% of the way in Dark Souls 2.
You're like, this is it.
I'm tired. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, you could always skip it and go to Dark Souls 3 and then maybe just kind of revisit it like on occasion.
For sure. Yeah, well, it's that. And then like I do stupid little challenges when I mispronounce words in my chat, to where I have now a new redemption. I think it's 10,000 points. I flip a coin, and if I lose, I have to restart my game.
Oh man, who suggested that?
That was a mixture of Hilly and moves. It was just all chat loved it.
Oh, they're like, this is gonna be wonderful. What's gonna happen is you're gonna get like 99% through with Dark Souls 2, and Moose and Hilly are just gonna like spam it until you get the wrong side of the coin.
Seriously.
Oh man, I would have probably put another 0 at the end of that, make it 100,000.
I didn't pick the number. That was all chat driven.
Oh,
I didn't
gotcha.
I think I was in the middle of doing something, and then I see chat moving like a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, yeah, do this. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then someone's like, 10,000 points, this, and this. I'm like, that seems low. But they're like, well, we did it. I'm like, I don't care.
Well, we did it. Because I mean, I guess, you kind of just start to realize it's not even just about the game, right? It's about the people in chat and hanging out with friends and yeah, just kind of having fun with it,
Yeah, to me, like streaming and having a good time with everyone else is way more important.
Yeah.
Playing the game and me having a good time, if that makes sense. Like, I'm there to hang out with my friends and like have a good time. So it's like, if they're having fun, I'm having fun, and vice versa.
Absolutely. I feel like
why I make a fool of myself a lot of the times.
I mean, but people love that, like people love just, having fun and hanging out and stuff. I feel like some people focus a little too much on the game. There's kind of that like segment of Twitch. I like a lot of the first person shooter kind of section of Twitch. Sometimes it seems like I'm like totally calling out a whole 50% of Twitch right now. Sorry, guys. Watch it. But like, not even just the FPS community, but like some people are so focused on the game, and which is totally fine. Like, if you want to like just play games and have fun and do yourself and maybe stream on the side for fun, that is 100% fine. But like, if you're streaming League of Legends with 2 viewers and somebody pops in your chat and you don't really respond or talk to them too much, like, you're not gonna really see much more growth than that,
And that's where I started too, is like, and I even still do it to this day. I'll like start a game and I test the waters with it. I'll see how I can respond to chat and still make it fun, but while still trying to engage in the game as well. So I think streaming's a lot of just micromanaging of like, how's my audio sound? How's my visuals look? How does chat look? Can I read chat? Is this? So much going on, but to me, I feel like each person can do it differently, like in different styles of games, but it's like what you're comfortable with. So I'll sit there and I'll test games. I've tried a couple story games. I enjoy them a lot, but I feel like chat doesn't. So it's super hard to gauge that for me. So I kind of stopped doing story games, kind of esque.
Yeah, I know. Haley always had like a really cool strategy or like not a strategy, maybe it was a strategy, but kind of like a scheduling where she would always do like story games in the early morning, right? And then she would do like big community Jackbox party, like big community events at night. That was a good idea. You kind of get like a little bit of both, right?
She's crazy. I don't know how she did that. They were long streams too. They were 4.5 hour morning streams to then eat lunch and then I'm streaming Jackbox. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how she has. Her and Ice Beams are on that, like they got like insane stamina.
Seriously.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from her. I hope she's doing amazing. She's an incredible human being. Nothing but all the love for her. Big shout out to you. Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell
shout
yeah.
out to beer.
Yes, big cheers. I think she was she kind of had that like personality where like I met a lot of friends through her. I feel like I met like Moose and Hilly and Zep and like Grumpy, and you know, it's really cool when you find those streamers who just kind of like people gravitate towards them, you know. It's like an incredible feeling. And yeah, I feel like we got a lot of people in like the Fireside community Discord who are like that, who just kind of like have that positive energy, and people just kind of like want to be there and want to hang out with them. It's almost like infectious, you know.
Kind of what we talked about earlier, how like we see our friends in other chats, like it's all these streamers here that we all know. It's like you'll see them in everyone's chat and you're just like, oh hey, I saw you in someone else's chat, but I'm just as excited to see you here than I was there. And it's just like, it's fun.
It totally is. It like, it really just hits the point home of as like why so many people stream on Twitch versus on YouTube, you know. Like the community of Twitch is really just second to none. Speaking kind of on that as well, do you have like a trajectory or like a plan, or where do you kind of like see your Twitch channel going within the next like 6 to 12 months? Kind of more on that IRL kind of side?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Just kind of rolling with it.
Each stream has been so drastically different, and so much variety, I would say. Like I do a lot of gaming, I do a lot of music stuff, I do cooking. This summer I have ideas to do a fishing stream.
Ooh. Oh, sorry, could you repeat that?
All right, let me cutting out.
It might be the noise gate, possibly.
A lot of it would be outdoorsy stuff, hiking, fishing, maybe camping if I get service.
Ooh, yeah, service. So do you have to have service and like cell service and everything to do that, right?
Yeah, that's the only issue I struggle with. This last weekend I tried to do a skiing stream, but
nothing.
No service up there, sadly.
So have you ever thought about like just kind of recording the experience and kind of like creating cuts of it on maybe YouTube? Do some like YouTube content?
So that's kind of what my YouTube started as. I got a drone and I was super fascinated with all the like drone montage videos of like the cinematics of locations and different things like that. And then I slowly started, that was actually my first, I guess, content creation. Where I started at was YouTube, and it was fun. I slowly started like, I had like, I don't know, I think my first couple of videos had like maybe 3 cuts in total. Like they were very bad edited videos.
But you did them. That's what's most important.
Exactly. And I did them, and then I had the mindset of each video I'd pretty much watch a lot of YouTubers, and I would figure out, okay, they have different cuts here, they're cutting to this audio track, so that makes it flow better. It's all these different little like micromanaged things you didn't notice. So then I slowly started doing that, and then I slowly started looking into more like shot types. So like, yeah, the drone's cool and all, but you can do so much cool like storytelling with a GoPro on the ground or a camera on the ground as well. So then it slowly started turning into kind of what my last couple videos have been. They've been more of storytelling rather than location telling.
Ooh.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. I struggle with the I want to, so I think I've reached out to you a while back about recording your streams.
Oh, sorry, what was that last part?
How you taught me to record the streams as I'm streaming, I guess I would say.
Oh yeah, like separate them.
Yeah. So I started doing that, and I have all these videos, but I'm trying to like think of an idea of how to create like a YouTube video along those lines, but it's almost hard to, I don't know, I guess find the content. Yeah.
Have you thought about maybe taking like some of the key, like a 5 seconds or so of like each kind of video, maybe doing like a channel trailer?
Ooh, that would be fun.
Or like a YouTube trailer, kind of when people click on your channel, like it auto plays like a 1 minute cool thing of you like cooking and then dying in Dark Souls and then like playing Happy Birthday on the piano and just kind of culmination of everything. That could be pretty cool.
That'd be fun. I have thought of that. I just haven't done it. A lot of things is I got a notebook right here next to me of some ideas that I like. I'll be sitting there watching YouTube or I'll be watching someone else's stream and I'm like, ooh, this is a really cool idea. Let's do this. And then I put a little spin on it myself or do that kind of stuff. But the list is long and my complete list is very empty.
One day at a time. That is definitely something I've learned. I had like a total change of like mind philosophy, thinking like instead of just trying to do one big thing at once, like instead just start doing it, even if it's like a total crap, it looks like crap, sounds like crap, whatever, like just start doing it and then just make 1% better every single day. And in a month you'll be like, yeah, that made some good progress. And then like 6 months it's like totally different. Yeah, one thing we talked about a little bit on stream today that I'm going to try to do tomorrow is find my very first ever Twitch stream and react to it.
Yes.
I'm so, but just it's like, you know, just kind of seeing that progress like day by day, month by month. It can totally, you know, it's like losing weight, right? You know, kind of like exercising or anything like that. You're not going to see it overnight, but seeing it like month over month or like quarter over quarter or year by year can really drive that inspiration.
Yep. Got to be patient, got to be in the moment and enjoy it.
And you just got to do it. I feel like no matter what, like just having that mentality of like, you know what, like who cares if my first Twitch stream is crap or my first YouTube video is crap or whatever, like just go for it. And then whenever you're done with whatever you're doing, like always reflect on it and just ask, you know, like what could be something I could do better? Like next video, next stream, next podcast, next gym workout, like what's just one thing I can do to just be a little bit better? And having that mentality can just like totally change one's life, I feel like.
100%. Yeah. Kind of segueing off of the gym talk there, that was me a couple years back actually. I was a pretty big boy. And I went and did some workouts and I just super patient, super in the moment, and I ended up losing like 70 pounds, I think it was.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I think I've
fun.
seen that on your Instagram, cool actually. It's on your Insta, right?
It is an old pic, but yep, that's the one.
How's have you been going back to the gym since COVID and everything like that? How's that?
Slowly, yeah. It's my gym's very quiet, which I'm thankful for. When I'm there, there's only like ever 3 to 4 people.
Nice.
2 of them are the staff, so I'm just like, okay, nice. Most of the gym's mine.
There you go.
But there has been a couple times where I do end up going and it's crazy busy and I'm like, all right, everyone's got their masks on, everyone's kind of doing their thing. I'm just like, all right, keep your distance, I'll keep mine. Yeah,
man. COVID has changed the world. Like I hope when it's all done and people are vaccinated and just, you know, kind of life kind of gets back to normal without masks. I really hope there's not like too much anxiety around other people, you know, because you see it now, like when you go out, like people are just like cautious of people, you know.
Oh, for sure.
If you're like in a store and you just like sneeze or cough, everyone's
yeah. What did he just cough?
Exactly. And it's like, I just had something in my throat. It's okay. Chill out. Yeah. But yeah, COVID's interesting, you know. The way has your work been like pretty good at handling it and everything?
It started off pretty rough. We got shut down. I mean, most people did, but
Yeah.
we fall under the construction category, so we were deemed essential. So then we came back to work, I think a couple weeks later, and slowly started doing that. And then at first, our company didn't require masks for the contractors to come in. Us masks, so then we got masks. Coworker and I actually started slowly pushing for everyone to wear masks.
Yeah. Like before the Washington mandate?
Yeah, before the mandate. And they started coming in, and then we had all the masks and everyone coming in. And that slowly started pushing, and then I work a shipping receiving company, so we have a lot of pallets.
Okay.
So then my coworker and I, we built a pallet wall to keep people back even further than where they should be.
Nice.
And it's just, I don't know. We slowly started doing stuff like that, but now they're pretty good about all the policies.
Yeah, when all of it like started, I feel like so many people had no idea how to handle it or what to do, or it was just kind of like everybody stay home and quarantine and we'll just kind of figure it out one day at a time. It was that whole month of like March and April are just like really weird months.
Super weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for us, we got quarantined to like stay at home with our jobs, and yeah, we were home, I think. Yeah, we took off like middle of March, all of April, and all of May. We opted to stay. Our company was like, you can come back to work in May, or you can opt out if you want to. So we opted out, and yeah, we had a lot of time to ourselves. That's kind of when, you know, I was streaming a lot, and wifey was kind of doing stuff for her business, and that was like it was interesting staying home for that amount of time, you know, especially as an adult. You're like, when was the last time I was at home for a month straight, you know?
Right. And relaxing and kind of doing what you wanted to do, but
Catching
limitations.
Up on right.
Yeah.
Streaming. Absolutely. I wonder, like, and maybe you kind of relate to this a bit too. Like maybe if COVID didn't happen, I wonder if so many people would have had that same drive to really jump into Twitch or YouTube or just like these online things, you know?
I would say, yeah, for me, probably not as well. Like, I mean, I never thought of streaming or had much thought behind it. Like, it all kind of started with, I think King started early quarantine days. That's when that kind of was like, that's something to do. I mean, I'm going to be home all day. I got all this stuff. Might as well have fun with it. And I just slowly kind of hopped on that. And it makes me wonder, like, how many people actually did start streaming at the beginning of COVID.
Oh yeah, if you look at the Twitch analytics, it is incredibly fascinating seeing just the huge spike, like February, March time, April time, and then just kind of like May time, June, like as it kind of trickles off a little bit. But yeah, there was like everybody was streaming, everybody was trying to stream, everybody was at least giving it a shot, which is really cool, you know, just kind of getting more like eyeballs on the side and just getting people to think a little bit more creatively. Is that the word? I don't know. Creatively about their time. For sure. Yeah, do you have any plans to kind of like dive into more YouTube content at all, or do you think you want to primarily stick with Twitch?
I want to, yes. What I want to do is honestly get another GoPro, one that I could dedicate to live streaming from, so it could be almost like a live stream behind the scenes of a YouTube video.
Ooh.
So I would be at a location, if it had service, recording drone stuff, GoPro stuff, cinematic kind of feel, all that stuff, but hanging out and chatting with everyone, having a good time. And then that's when I could come back, I could edit it and make a legit cinematic looking video on the YouTube channel, completely separate, but almost.
Yeah, honestly, the drone cinematics that you're talking about, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. They're really cool. They're really cool how they do, like, especially when the drone's kind of like slowly creeping like behind the trees, and then it just comes right up and you get the sky and the sunset. And I went through a big drone phase a few years back as well, where I think we bought a Mavic Pro, like the DJI Mavic Pro, and Yeah, it was so much fun to fly. The only thing I was like so anxious because it was so expensive, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like $1,000. Please don't crash into a tree. Did you ever
crash it?
Yeah. Actually, oh man, the very first one we ever had, like we literally brought it home from Best Buy. The very first thing we did was we set it up in our kitchen. And it literally says, do not fly inside. It literally says it like on like 4 different spots, do not fly indoors. And like I set it up in our kitchen and it like kind of flew up a little bit. And you know how it does, it doesn't go up just straight. It kind of like wavers a little bit.
Yeah.
And it like crashed into the wall. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, we had to buy new propellers for it right away.
I did the exact same thing.
Oh yeah. Yes. I mean, no, I mean, yes. I wonder how many people did that, you know, got a drone and it's like they're in their house, but I want to play with the new toy. I mean, it's not that bad if I fly it in this room, right? Don't do that, everyone. Fly it outside.
I think King, he had one too, and I think he flew it inside once. And had to go get stitches because it cut him.
Oh,
the
no.
propellers, they spin around so fast.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, I think my sister messaged me once and she's like, hey, I gotta take Keegan to go get some stitches. I'm like, oh God.
Oh God. Do you have it where like it can be floating in the air and you can grab it by the underside and it will like stop it? Oh man, yep. Every time I've done that, I've been like, because it gives resistance.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then your fingers get right there. You're like, oh, they're gonna get cut. And what's going on?
And this propeller spins so fast. Have you seen the new DJI one that they just? I think they're like doing pre-orders from it right now. But it's like not. It's like kind of meant to be crashed a little bit. It's like a lot more heavy duty and has like really easy to replace the propellers and stuff like that. But it goes like
the first person view ones. Those are insane,
dude. I feel like imagine how immersive that would be. Like if you put a VR headset on and you just had a controller, and I feel like that'd be so freaking cool.
I think that's what they do. They have they have like little wireless remote TV things, and then that would make me nauseous.
Yeah, I could see that being, that could be bad. Have you seen those like the drone, like they're like drone racers where they're these little small ones, but the cameras on them are so tiny and they're like going under chairs and by cats and dogs and stuff, and they look gigantic. It's like a Toy Story view. It's so cool.
Those are insane. I think his wife's brother has one of the first person view drone things.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. And I think he had it early on when they like first started coming out, and he showed me like the quality of video that they have in their eyes is like terrible.
Yeah,
it's like RGB, just like the old TV days with like the yellow, red, and white plug-in.
The plugins,
like
right?
It's like that video quality in a headset as you're flying a drone, little 40 miles an hour or whatever it is.
That's scary. Like I feel like when you're flying something like that, having, I don't know, every time I'd be flying the drone and it would get out of range and then it would start staticking and like getting like losing connection, immediate freak out moment. I'd be like reverse around, come back. Yeah, because like
drops, you're like, what's going on?
Oh right. There was one time where it had like an automatic landing on and it thought we were somewhere we weren't, and it was like trying to automatically land in a lake. And so wifey like was like swimming out in the middle of the lake, like swimming, like holding her hand to catch it. And I'm like, this is why did we not get insurance on this thing?
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you all get like a drone, an expensive drone, might be worth considering the insurance. Like, yeah,
sure.
When we went to Best Buy and got it, the guy was asking us if we wanted like the Geek Squad protection for it, and I never get insurance on anything, and he was like, "Are you sure? Because you will crash it. Like you just will crash it." And I'm like, "No, I think we'll hold off." He's like, "Okay, okay." Yeah, probably should have gotten it. Probably would have been a good idea. Dude, drone. Imagine streaming from a drone. Dude.
I've done it.
Wait, you can do that? How? Dude, you are like if it has a camera and a CPU and Wi-Fi in it, I will make it work.
It was more of a test stream and it didn't turn out very well, but I did have the drone in the air and it was flying around where I live. It was cool. It turned out really cool, but visually it was very
Not
I think
best
I had
quality.
like I think it was like 480p at like 30 frames a second, so it was very laggy and bumpy, but I mean I was flying a drone in the air, so that's pretty damn cool if you ask me.
That is. Dude, have you seen the new drones where they like use AI to track you and then you don't even need a control, you just walk around and it'll like swerve in between trees and everything?
That's how I don't know if you've seen some of my YouTube videos. My Mount Hood one, I had my drone locked onto my car and it was following my car through the woods as I was driving up Mount Hood. And I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
You're just like, please don't hit a tree and crash.
Honestly.
Dude, drones are so freaking cool. I think it'd be so cool. Like, it'd be really cool when you stream on your phone. Do you use Streamlabs OBS?
I did, but I don't stream off my phone much anymore, to be honest. I use just the GoPro when I am out and about.
It'd be cool to do if there's a way to like, I don't know, maybe use Streamlabs on your phone for streaming like IRL and having like a drone connect to it as a second point of view, having your phone as a point of view, having like a GoPro on your head and like swap between all of them at the same time. That'd be pretty cool.
You're giving me ideas.
That could be a mind blown moment right there.
Is that possible? Can you have multiple sources into your phone?
I've never streamed from my phone before, so I'm not too sure, but I imagine if it's like OBS and Streamlabs where we can have like different scenes, maybe, and then just kind of have like a GoPro scene, have a phone scene, have a, you know, Mavic scene, and just kind of like choose which one to swap between them. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe a VR scene.
My mind's doing that thing right now to where I'm like, okay, what can I do with that?
Gears are rolling.
Yeah.
It would be cool to do like a face rig kind of scene, like the way Lolly does. Just to have that be like, have you ever thought about doing that as like a channel point option for 10,000 points, and then Zach's a cat for 5 minutes, a pop cat for 5 minutes?
Oh no. Yes, I did buy, I think it was the summer sale. I did buy a face rig.
Yeah.
I got it, but then Mr. White was talking about how you have to have this certain edition to be a streamer, I guess, to use it for like licensing purposes or something. So then I ended up refunding it because I was like, oh, I think it was like $85 to buy the streamer package.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not buying that. Okay, no thanks. But then I just talked to Lolly, I think a week ago about it or something. As long as you're not hitting like over 500 subs a month or something, you're able to use it. I don't know the exact terms behind it, but that kind of made me want to
play with it more.
Into that. Yeah. I thought about doing something fun like that, but I don't know how easy it would be. It essentially uses one of your webcams, so it'd be like this camera is dedicated to that face.
Yeah. Oh, I think your mic cut out again. Sorry.
I get quiet.
No, you're good.
To have a separate one next to it, almost to have it be separate, the two, I guess.
Dude, that'd be cool. I really think VR streaming is gonna just like, I mean, it's already blowing up, but it's gonna be like a big thing just a year from now, 2 years from now. Like, I imagine a lot of people are gonna do what like Lolly does and Poppy Foobar does, and just every time I like hop in their streams, there's always, every single time there's a moment where I'm like, this is totally the future. This is gonna be a thing.
It is. It's crazy, yeah. Just the
so
VTuber
cool.
thing's like slowly taking over. That's cool.
It is, because you can be like anyone or anything, or you can like change like your character every time. Like, I think that'd be, there was definitely a part of me when I was first starting where I was like, man, would that be something I'd want to try? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a channel point option for like 5 minutes or something. That could be pretty cool. If you could like configure it right or something, I think that'd be pretty cool. Throughout like your time streaming, has there been like a specific highlight that comes to mind that's just been like the best moment, the pinnacle? You're just like, when you think of streaming, what's the best moment that comes to mind for you, honestly?
I would say probably some of the first raids, like the memorable raids. So like, I think the first ever raid I got was from King, and that was super fun just because it was like, I know you, but then it's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Chat was going crazy, and I was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
To then like meeting Ice, and then like I remember the first time I met Ice, my sister and stuff, they knew him a little bit before that. So it was, they would he shouted me out in his stream, and I was just like, what? You just gave me a shout out? Like, this is huge. Thank you so much. And like,
yeah,
just that excitement to another memorable moment. I'm sure you remember this one, but when you raided me for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was playing that game, and my computer like it bogged out, and my stream started to crash.
I think everyone's been there at some point, so that is totally fine, man.
Yeah, it's just the fun memories that you remember, and it's just like little milestones almost to see that you're progressing still, but it's like it's all fun memories to look back at and to remember.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, I have had plenty of streams where my computer has like blown up in my face, and I'm just like, it's one of those days. It's gonna be one of those days. Oh man, yeah, I was having that just a couple, or like yesterday, I think, right before I started streaming. Like, I came to my computer, sat down and everything, and I noticed my mic was like on my Go XLR was like doing things, and I'm like, it doesn't normally do that. And I think there was something going on with the XLR cable, because right when I swapped it, it was fine. But there's just so many things, you know, when you stream. There's like, is the mic working? Is OBS working? Is the camera working? Is Twitch working? Like, there's a lot to think about. Like you were talking about earlier, kind of putting all the pieces together. It is totally a multitasking puzzle that's always changing every second.
Sure, for sure.
But you got a 2080 Ti now, right?
I've had that for, I want to say I bought that right before COVID hit.
Oh, nice.
I had the 970. Looking at it, that's gonna be my second computer here soon.
Nice.
I had that for years, and then I upgraded it, and I just put that thing to the test right away. I threw it, I think it was like Hitman 2, like maxed out settings.
Yeah.
And it's like, in that game, there's lots of little things that's going on. So it's like be 100 plus AI in one room, and it's just like insane, and it looked beautiful and ran it well. I was like, yay.
Oh man, like the amount of power that are in those GPUs just blows my mind. I think there was rumors today that the next Switch, like the Switch Pro that's coming out possibly later this year, it's going to have an NVIDIA GPU in it. Yeah, what?
That'll be interesting.
And it's going to do like some upscaling with DLSS, I think, to like get 4K on a monitor and stuff. I'll believe it when I see it. Like,
dang, that'll be huge if that happens.
Yeah, Nintendo's never really been one to like push graphics or push like, you know, resolution or anything. They've just kind of been like, make the games as fun as possible, and who cares if the game's in, you know, 1080p or 720p or whatever, which is something I feel like a lot of companies could learn from that, you know? Like, people don't buy a game because it's, you know, the graphics are amazing. I mean, graphics amazing is a big part of it, but like, people buy games to have fun, you know, for the stories, for the characters, for the gameplay, to have fun with their friends.
Oh, 100% agree with that. Yeah.
Speaking of that, we definitely got to do an Among Us stream. I feel like I'm literally the last person on all of Twitch that has not played Fall Guys, has not played Among Us, I want to do Jackbox Party Pack, dude. Jackbox looks like so much fun.
That one is pretty fun. I started off, actually, I think you rated Haley. I think that's how I met her. But I didn't play a single game of Jackbox in her community for a solid 5 months. Like, I just sat and watched. Didn't say a word. Like, I was just laughing, having a good time. And then she has a channel point redemption of like, get in on the next one. Yeah. And one day I redeemed it, and everyone's just like, what? Zach's playing a game? What? And then like everyone started using their points to get in. It was a fun memory, but
hell yeah, dude.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game for sure.
Dude,
Definitely a fun community game.
What's your favorite like one from Jackbox? I've heard a lot of people say the robot rapping one is pretty good.
Yup. Mad vs. City. That one's a blast.
Yeah.
And Haley always did a little twist on it. She did Mad Flirt City, to where it was you flirt with, what was it? You flirt with yourself the first round, your opponent the second round, and then chat the third round. And it was kind of fun because people got super creative in it. But
yeah, I spent hours just lurking or just like watching her streams so much, and then I never jumped in and played a single game. I still haven't played a single game of Jackbox because sometimes it's just fun to just be a fly on the wall, you know, and just kind of watch. I feel like,
for sure,
I feel like I do that a lot with streams. Like there's definitely a part of me that, you know, as a streamer myself, it's awesome when someone pops into chat and talks and like tells you about their day and how they're doing and everything. I'm not, believe it or not, I'm really not super duper social. So I'm usually, I'm way more of an introvert than probably anybody would ever believe. So sometimes I just do like to just kind of lurk in the background and just kind of watch and for everybody's stream, like lurking in your streams or fortune cookies or just, you know, lollies. Sometimes it's fun to just kick back and relax, you know?
Oh, 100% agree with that. It's always, and I feel like the bigger you grow as well, like you do see a lot of your friends, but then you meet new friends that you see in other friends' channels.
Yeah.
So it almost feel like it takes away from the streamer and it almost puts it more on you. And I'm not too big on that image, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. I totally agree.
I'm there to support your friend, but it's like, let's say like if Shroud walks in, like if you're friends with Shroud IRL and he comes into your stream, like you don't want to have it be like him take over the stream almost, if that makes sense.
Right. No, I totally agree. I think that's something like as you get bigger and bigger, kind of just be a little bit hesitant of, you know, because I notice this is a great feeling, but like so many times when I pop into chats, I'll be like, hey, how's your day going? And then everybody's like, oh my God, it's Zephyr. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. Oh no, I just wanted to say hi. Oh man, it's an amazing feeling, and I'm like over the moon appreciative, and like I do the same thing. Like every time you pop, like every time it's in the morning you pop it, I'm like, Zach, dude, what's going on, man? And I get like so hyped for so many people, but like I imagine for some it's just like, oh boy, here we go again. They're telling chat how awesome I am, and you're just like at work or whatever, and you're just like, I just wanted to say hi. Sometimes I really hope, like, I don't know, I just get like super excited. Sometimes I'm like, I really hope I'm not overdoing it, you know? Just like, I hope people aren't like, man, this guy's annoying as hell.
No, I love it. You give like the best positive vibes in the morning, and it's honestly how I start my mornings. Like it just makes that day that much better.
I feel like it's really important to just try to be, no matter what, just try to be honest with yourself, you know, about like who you are as a person, what you believe in, what you stand for, what you want out of streaming, out of life, out of friendships, and just trying to be as honest as possible, you know, wholesome as possible. And, you know, just if Lolly said a quote a couple of weeks ago that like really stuck with me, it was like, those who matter don't care, and those who care don't matter, you know? And I think once you find those like real friends and like really build that community of like people who want to support you, be there for you, and you want to do the same for them, like those who care or those who mind, they don't matter, you know? Just kind of be there for the friends, be there for you, be there for everyone, and just try to be as honest as you can for yourself. I feel like that can be so underrated sometimes, you know? I totally think that, like, for sure. I know we were talking like felt like 30 minutes ago. We totally went off on like, this happened with the Ryman stream. We just like, I asked a question and then we went like all the way over there. But I mean, that's totally fine, because like something I wanted out of like doing the podcast was to just talk to my friends and talk to like fellow content creators and streamers. And then if we start talking about something totally different, like aliens or the pyramids or who cares, like I'm totally fine with that. I just
Bob Lazar though. Yeah, Bob Lazar.
I mean, are aliens real? Are we in a simulation? That's a whole conversation in and of itself. On the whole side of like the highlights and everything, like the raids, the first couple raids from Haley and King, is there any moment that you can recall on the opposite side that's been like a struggle of a moment while streaming, or like, dare I say, the worst moment of streaming?
I wouldn't say worst. And I try to not look at them as a negative side, but almost as like a learning experience. I know when I first started, I was very, I think actually you taught me this. You taught me a lot, by the way. You don't know that, but you did. When I first started, I was very quiet. I wouldn't talk much. I wouldn't narrate much. I just kind of played the game and wanted people to talk to me.
Yeah.
And didn't know what to expect. And then it slowly led into I think I found a game and someone said hi, and it was, what was it? It was Sadie. Sadie was like my first legit person I remember. But she said hi, and like I said hi, and that was the end of the conversation. Like I didn't know what to talk about or how to carry on the conversation at the time. So it was like the struggle of, okay, so I'm looking at that as I need to learn how to talk better. I need to learn how to carry on conversations, how to be a little more interactive with the viewer. And that was kind of a turning point for me to slowly start practicing talking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think if anything, like a skill set can come out of streaming, it's communication and just like filling space, filling the air with conversations. And I think a lot of people think that chat will people start streaming and think chat will look like shrouds or ninjas or whatever, or Pokemains, and it'll just be flooding with questions. And it's not that way at all. Like you need to, you're the one that has to bring the conversation. You're the one that has to talk and use whatever chat throws out there as kind of like stepping stones to like, oh, that's interesting. Let's have a whole conversation about what's the best fast food, or what. Let's do a tier list or anything. Those
candy bars.
Those tier lists. Oh man, I'm gonna have to set those to like one per stream.
So much fun though.
They are like, and that's totally something that like I love stuff like that, and I feel like you are too. You just love like the more interaction you can get out of chat and the more you can conversate with people, the better. At 1,000%.
That's how I feel like some of my best streams are when I am super interactive with chat and we're just having a good time. Like Happy Birthday, that was probably one of my most fun streams I've had in a while, and I was literally learning how to play Happy Birthday and sing it to everyone. Everybody's
birthday was yesterday, whether they knew it or not. Oh man, music like for me is such it's like meditation, like those days where you just have a shit day at work, or like even a bad stream, like something goes wrong, technical problems or whatever, or just whatever happens in life. There's something so euphoric and like takes you out of your head when you're playing guitar and just like closing your eyes or playing piano or whatever you play. And I'm sure it's the same for like artists, or any of that creative mindset, like when you're in your zone and just kind of like closing your eyes and fulfilling that, it's really powerful. I hope everyone can experience that.
It's just like a huge mental release, and like it almost grounds you. At least it does it to me. Yeah. Like it me back a couple steps, and it just reminds me that okay, at it with like a clear head. And
I totally agree. I think, man, music has saved my life, honestly. Music's incredible. And especially when I get a chance to talk to fellow musicians or, people that can play guitar and relate. I feel like for some people who don't play music, they're just kind of like, who cares? Like guitar or whatever, like anybody can play guitar. But like anybody can play guitar, but not everybody can like feel guitar, or like feel the music and have it just be that kind of like meditation sense. Here's one question I've been wanting to ask. What has helped you the most, do you think, since you started streaming? Like, is there any particular thing that's just been like a big catalyst for helping you? Anything specifically that kind of stems to mind?
I would say not really. Comparison was a huge kind of setting back to what we talked about too.
Oh, sorry. I think your mic went out right there. No, you're good.
Was the comparison part. Like I'd always, when I first started, I was comparing myself to all like the same people around my same followers and like same viewers at the time. And it drove me insane. It drove me almost away from streaming to where like I almost didn't want to keep streaming. And then I just said, screw it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to have a good time. And that's when I started just having fun. And that's the rest of his history. Like it's just, you gotta have fun with what you want to do. You can't just sit there and be hard on yourself all the time.
Dude, I think every single person I've talked to who streams has gone through that. I think that's really, it's like a very human thing, to struggle with like comparing yourselves, and there's so many different ways people can compare themselves, to like follower count or like views or subs or whatever. And I mean, I even feel that way like so many times, through like different times of streaming, like different months. I'm just like, man, like these people are like people started the same time as me and they are like experiencing tremendous growth. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it's so important and human, I feel like, to always try to take a step back and just be like who cares what they're doing? Like, I think it's important to like look at other streamers and ask like, or other content creators, and just be like, what are they doing in a sense that I can learn from and try to better myself? Sure. But every journey is different, like every mountain is different, different time to travel it. And, who cares if somebody went from 0 to 5,000 followers or whatever in half the amount of time? Like, that's their journey, and learn from them, study them, like see what they're doing. But like, your journey's different. You might stream at a different time or stream a different game, or maybe not do other things that they don't. But like, no, I think everybody kind of feels that way and kind of goes through that.
Yeah, it's a big and hard learning thing, but once you get past that, it's like game changing, I would say. Like, it's, you do it for you. You stop caring what others think, and it just changes the way you look at Twitch. But even like for me, it was for life too. Like that was a big learning thing I learned, is when I stopped caring what others thought on just Twitch, but also like in my life, and it just changed my visuals on just really everything.
Yeah, no, I totally agree 1,000%. I had a little bit of a struggle with that, like June, July time. It was actually a little bit after we raided Haley, and I remember she started streaming like after me, and she like blew up and like got crazy big. And I just remember like one day I was like watching her stream, and I'm like, man, like what am I doing wrong? Like how has she experienced this kind of growth? And like what am I doing? Like, what am I doing wrong? And it was really a step back moment, and just be like, you know what? Like, her journey is different, and it really kind of made me look not only just at her, but like other streamers, and really ask like, what are they doing? Instead of being envious, be more like asking questions about like, what can you do? Like, what are they doing that's unique, that's different? And like, what can you do to follow in their footsteps and try to take inspiration from them? Like always trying to take that envy out of it, and just be more positive and be happy for your friend's success, and try to learn from them,
100%, yeah.
I feel like when I learned that, it totally changed everything. I was just like, you know what? I'm just happy she is kicking ass. I'm happy all my friends are kicking ass. I'm happy, like, no matter what. Like, I'm just happy to see people win and just watch my friends succeed. That like gets me so excited, and like that's what it's all about. 1,000%.
100%.
Exactly. Hell yeah, dude. One kind of thing I've kind of been wanting to ask. I asked Ryman it, and I wanted to ask you as well. Is there a content creator or streamer that you would love to meet in real life one day?
So I don't really watch much of like the bigger streamers. Like, you'll hardly ever see me in someone who has more than 100 viewers in chat. Like, it's super rare. Probably more than 50. Like, unless it's like you or Haley. Those are like the really two bigger streamers that I watch. But really besides that, no. So I mean, it would be awesome to meet you, Haley, like the close group of friends we have. I think that would be super cool, just to meet everyone that way. But when it comes to like the bigger ones, I'd probably say no. I feel like they'd be a little more snooty and a little more defensive, I would say, just because of like all the people they deal with all the time.
Yeah. I feel like when you're that big, people meeting you, it's just more of like a fan meeting a celebrity, more so than it is like if we met, it'd be like a friend meeting a friend, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And the whole conversation can be different. I'm the same way. Like, there's a couple big, like really big streamers I kind of follow and just like occasionally pop in and just kind of see. I don't know. I think it's a good idea to kind of like see everyone and just kind of like, you know, the people who have 100 viewers or 500 viewers or 1,000 or 5,000, 10,000, like kind of see. But there's a difference. It's almost like the difference between playing, you know, a show at like a club where there's 20 people, and then after the show you get to hang out and have drinks and talk to everyone and like, dude, that song was pretty cool, yeah, versus like playing an arena where there's like 40-50,000 people and it's just like,
exactly,
you know, it's very similar, I feel like, to that, because the community is different. And I feel like there's a lot of people who really like those streamers and that, like, you know, I don't want to, I never like using the word small streamer, but just like smaller communities, you know, like where they can have conversations and they can pop into chat and like chat's not scrolling a million miles an hour and you can have more one-on-one personal time, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. What would you do if you got raided by someone with like 10,000 crazy viewers or something like that?
Say the magical word and have Moves end the stream. I'm kidding.
You're like, Moves, remember all those channel points you got? Remember that channel point redemption? Time to hit the button.
I'll refund you. Just do it.
Do it. Shut it all down. Oh man, that would be so wild. I bet everybody's thought of that at one point, you know, like what would happen if Shroud raided me? But like, I don't know.
The odds of that are next to nothing. And like, it's,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I would react. I would probably react the same way, but like I would be super caught off guard when I saw chat moving literally at the speed of light. Like
what do you say?
Exactly. Like you wouldn't know who rated you. You wouldn't know. I don't know what I would do. I would probably just panic and like smile.
Right, like, thank you everyone for being here. Okay, bye.
Yeah, leave now, please.
Right. You know, it's so funny because a lot of those really big content creators, they actually, what I found is they record those moments when they raid like smaller streamers like that, and they like make YouTube videos out of them of like reactions and stuff. So
yeah,
have you seen those videos where like Mr. Beast will just donate $10,000 to someone random?
Yeah,
dude, that is insane. Oh, some of them are mean. Like they'll be like in a battle royale, like playing Fortnite or Apex or whatever, and they'll be like, if you win this round, then I'll give you $10,000. And like the amount of pressure on that,
right?
Oh man, that would just be terrifying. That would be terrible. I heard he actually has. Have you heard of like Mr. Beast's like burger place?
I have, actually. I looked up that game he released, the finger touch the screen, whatever it was. Yeah. I just wanted to Google it and see what it was, and then that's when I came across the Mr. Beast burger shop, and I was like, wait, what? But,
yeah, I heard I think their wifey said there was one in Portland. I'm like, yo, we should go. I totally could be wrong, but I swear she said there was one in Portland. And I'm like, we should go check it out. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
all meet up and go hang out there. Be like, fellow streamers, where you at?
Mr. Beast Burger Shop.
IRL live stream. Dude, that'd be
Yes.
awesome. Man, Oregon is awesome. It would be so cool if you all came out and we could go like hiking or something, you know? I feel like that's one cool thing it feels like with like you and a couple others, like people, like we stream and use technology to stream and play games or whatever, but there's something so nice about disconnecting from all the technology and being in an area where there's no service. You can't text, you can't use your phone. It's just all about the fresh air, the mountains, the water, the trees. Oh man.
Honestly, yes. That was me last weekend. Like I wanted to stream it, but like I was almost happy I wasn't able to, because like I was up on the mountain. I downloaded a playlist to like ski to, and I was literally just vibing out. I'm all dancing as I'm skiing down the mountain. Like one of the best times of my life. It was a blast.
Hell yeah.
But
What kind of music were you jamming to?
Pumped Up Kicks came on. I heard Paper Planes. I mean, it was just that groovy, fun vibe. It was a good time.
Yeah. I think King was mentioning a way to play copyrighted music on a stream. I mean, I said nothing.
You said nothing. I
said nothing.
Cut.
He was. I know when he sent me a screenshot of it, and I know the settings for it where you can have like your VOD have different music and stuff in it. But it would be so much fun to do. Like, I was talking to Ryman about it, like a way of playing music or having like people in chat submit music and then just reacting to it live. You get like
you can. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, just have like everyone in chat. You get like one song to throw out there, and we'll all listen to it and have fun together. I feel like that could be a pretty fun stream.
That would be cool, and it would just be like you could see the variety of music too, which would be fun.
Like, what are you jamming to right now? Let's jam together.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be cool.
What were you saying? Sorry.
No. The setting up of it's super easy. That's how I set up for the dance party stuff I do.
Yeah.
So then it is all copyrighted stuff, and it's on 2 track sources essentially. So it's muted from the VOD, but still you can hear it live, which is cool.
So did you get the Moose emote created just for Moose?
I don't even remember how the whole thing started. I think it was, I want to say like I knew about that the command ! Moves in my chat, that little snippet of it. There's a full like 4-minute long YouTube video song of that. And I was like, oh, okay, I know of this. I sent it to her, and it was like, started off as a joke, and then I had the idea of, okay, I want to cut this out and put this on stream. Yeah. So I did it, and everyone loved it, and then I was like, I guess Muffin's part of my stream now. Yeah. So then I did the emote for fun, and everyone loved it, and it's been history since.
Her name was Stupid Muffin before like you met and everything, right?
Yep. I met her actually in Haley's stream. That's how I met her.
Yeah. Probably with like Hilly as well, and like 80s.
Yep. Hilly, 80s, that whole scene. Grumpy, Zep. There's so many awesome people. Mana. I mean, they're all amazing
Mana.
people.
I love Mana. Every time I pop in his stream, he's like the nicest human being on the planet.
He's, very kind-hearted.
Oh man, amazing. Were you there during Mana's stream like a few weeks ago where he was listing all the countries in the world and he missed one? Oh my gosh.
Yup, that was amazing.
And he had like 2 or 3 minutes left, and I was just staring at the screen like, come on, dude, you got this. Yeah. Oh, that is he did so good. Like, what was that, 196 out of 197?
Yeah, that's insane. And he did it with like 3 minutes to spare. Like He had time. He was like reviewing and he's like, I got this, I got that. Did I get this? No, I got that one already. And then like, I'm just like, dude, that's crazy.
Dude, it was so crazy. Like, dude, props. Big shout out to Manitoul. Just absolute legend.
Seriously.
Love in pieces. Yeah, like all those people have been just some of my absolute best friends that I've met on Twitch. Moose and Zep. Dude, when Zep popped into my channel for the first time, I had to like check my eyes like 10 times. I'm like, myself talking to me? What is going on right now?
Well, it's fun because I think I knew him before he popped in.
Yeah.
So like I saw him, I was like, "Oh, it's Zep. How's it going, dude?" And then you're like, "What? That's it? Zep? What?"
Oh man, Zep is awesome. Zep and Grumpy and they're all awesome. I like. We definitely got to do a Jackbox stream or something with all of them. They're pros.
That would be fun. They are
so
pros.
So here's something else I wanted to ask. So here is it. Yeah. What is one? Here's a fun one. What is one thing about you, Zach, that nobody knows?
Gotta give me a second for this one. Ooh, this is probably a good one. I have, and my sister, we have an older brother.
What?
Yup. We are not the only ones.
3 total?
3 blood total, yes, and then we have a half step sister.
How much older?
He just turned 31. No, he's about to turn 31 in May.
Is Breezy younger than you? Is Breezy the youngest?
He's older than me.
Oh,
I'm
is?
the baby.
You're the baby?
I'm the little baby.
I'm the opposite. I'm the oldest, and I have a younger sister and then a younger brother. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. How you're 23, right?
24.
Okay.
Turning 25 next month.
Oh hell yeah. Do you have any plans for your 25th birthday? 25-hour stream. Like hell no.
That's a good idea. I could do it.
Oh.
What day does it fall on?
Oh god. Don't do that to yourself.
Zeph gave me this idea.
Blame Zeph for everything.
It's a Thursday, I mean.
Oh man, I think so many people have done a 24. I still have not done a 24. Oof.
It's brutal. It's rough.
What would be some tips you'd give for it?
Yes to caffeine, but don't overdo it early.
Yeah, like caffeine at the end game.
Yeah, like maybe 19, 20 hour marker. Maybe use that energy drink that you've been saving all day for.
Yeah.
I made the mistake last one of I had 2. The first one I felt amazing, and then the crash from that first one I had another one.
Yeah.
And I think I was at like hour 15 when I finished both of them, and I was just like,
oh no,
I'm exhausted right now, and I still have like 8 hours to go.
Yeah. How was it like middle of the night, like 2 a.m., 4 a.m.? Was that the toughest part?
So I'm a morning bird. I like to be up early. I like to be up during daytime.
I will cheers to that, man.
Yes, sir. I'm empty, but I'll cheers with you. But as soon as night hits, like 10 o'clock, I'm normally in bed. Like I am out cold. So from like midnight, I could stay up till about midnight comfortably, but midnight on is like,
brutal.
It was hell. It was hell. I like at one point, the last stream, I was watching YouTube videos, tucked in a blanket, sitting in this chair, like sleeping. And chat was like using bits to wake me up. They're like, wake up.
Dude, I remember popping in. I think I popped in at like 21 or 22 hours. And I think I don't know, maybe I subbed or gifted a sub or something. I'm like, Zach, wake up. Dude, that was epic. I think we have the exact same sleep schedule. Cause like, yeah, I wake up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. every day. And then I usually go to bed at like 10. And if like, I can sleep in the next day. Occasionally I'll get to like 11, but like if it's midnight, I'm like sleeping on the couch.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
you're out. Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like so many people are not, maybe our age or maybe streamers. So many people are night owls, you know, they stay up super late.
That's how a lot of my friends are too. They'll be up super late or just
2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, guys, I can't do this. They're like, why? I'm like, because I was up at 5:30 this morning, so in about 4 hours, it'll be 24 hours.
Right.
They're like, oh, I woke up at 9. I'm like, yeah, that's why.
Oh man, dude, I feel that like when I'm like getting up super early and getting everything set up for streaming, and then stream, and then go to work, and then come back, and I'm like editing stuff, and then wifey gets home, and we're making dinner and like cleaning and like doing like some like other personal stuff, and it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I've been up for like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough
For sure.
but you feel like I feel like I'm always using all the time, you know, as long as I get like
your production.
as long as you get like 8 solid good hours of sleep, which I haven't gotten in a minute, so hopefully you can get that tonight. But like if you can get like 8 solid
tonight.
yeah, and then you know you got like what 16 hours of other stuff, like you can do a lot with 16 hours, you know.
That's how I view most of my days. I try to break it up that way too, like sleep 8 hours, I got 16 hours to do what I want to do, and it's like okay, so I know 8 of those hours are for work, so then I got 8 hours to divvy up to do my stuff, and it's like okay, I get the gym in that, I stream during that time, I make dinner, I meal prep, like I have a little wind down time. It's time management is huge, especially the older you get. Like it's
so true. That is so true. And especially if like if your life is already really busy and you want to introduce new things into it, like streaming or podcast or going to the gym or hiking or whatever, like time management is so critical.
100% agree with that. Yeah. It's
Man, I don't work full time myself. I work part time now, so I have like a little bit more free time. And big props to you if you work full time and stream and meal prep and go to the gym. You're probably getting home at like 9 o'clock at night, just like I'm out. I'm just going to bed.
There's days. That's why it sucks because I really do enjoy streaming.
Yeah.
But I also I enjoy hanging out with everybody, and I feel like I almost let them down if I don't stream. So like it's that middle ground of trying to balance everything out. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm in the midst of trying to find me again, what's a good time to stream and still be able to do the things that I want to do, but also enjoy streaming, not make it more of a chore.
Yeah. I mean, I think you found a good balance too with these 2 to 2.5 hour streams. Like I think that's, you know, especially if you're working as much as you are and have your schedule and everything, and then throwing in a 6-hour stream, that just feels like a second job almost, you know, where if it's an hour and a half to 2 hour and a half time, it's more of just it's like watching a movie, you know, just kind of kicking back and relaxing.
I sit there and I know my streams have been shorter, but I try to focus more on quality and engagement rather than just putting out the number of stream or having whatever it is. There's days where I'll come back completely exhausted. I'm like, oh, it's Monday, I have to stream. But then I'll sit in as soon as I press that live button. I'm like, all right, let's just have some fun. Let's just do it. And then before you know that, I'm feeding off everyone's energy of having fun, and it changes everything around.
Do you get some pre-anxiety before stream jitters?
I wouldn't say anxiety much, more of
or nerves.
I guess I would say nerves, anxiety. Now I think about it, but it's once you press play and you see that first person pop in chat, you're just all right, it's fine, it's all fun.
Oh dude, I wonder how many people are like that. I'm the same way, where I'm just always the moment I'm looking at my stream deck waiting to hit the button, and I try super religious to go right at 7 a.m. That's when I gotta press the button. And I'm just looking at it at 6:59. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's 7. Oh, I guess we gotta do it. Okay. But then once someone pops in, it's okay, the groove starts to flow, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I wonder how many people are like that for just anything, live musicians or I don't know, athletes, you know, they just kind of get those pre-jitters, you know. So here's a good one. Now that you've been streaming for what, 8 months now?
Yeah, I think someone just subbed for 7 months, which is insane to me.
Was it Moofs?
I think it was, yeah. And I think she was there, one of the first ones. So 7-8 months of affiliate. I think 9 months of streaming. I think it took me about a month to get my affiliate.
Almost have a baby with Twitch.
I know. Almost there.
Oh man. So with how long you've been streaming on Twitch, if you could give one solid piece of streaming advice to those wanting to start streaming themselves, kind of get into Twitch and all of this, what would you say? Just out of curiosity.
I would say don't be afraid of like, how do I say this? Just do what just do it. Like, honestly, just do it. Like, just, you're gonna have all these errors. You're gonna have all these mess ups. You're gonna learn so much, but you won't know until you fail. Like, you will have to fail to grow. And that's just how it is. And not just Twitch, but in life, really. Like,
No, that's really good advice. I feel like that is so critical. And like, if y'all are listening to this, if y'all are watching this right now, internalize that advice. Like, truly take that to heart, what Zach said. Like, just freaking do it. Like, cue that Shia LaBeouf, just do it, or
just
whatever.
Do it.
Right. But like, seriously, like, if there's something you want to do, if you want to like go to the gym or to stream or to start cooking or whatever, like, just do it. You're not going to be Michael Jordan tomorrow, you know, but like,
Exactly.
just go for it. And I would,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
so true. I feel like I would add to that too. Like, just do it, but also reflect after each time.
Yes.
And ask,
Yes.
like, what went well, what could I do better, and try to be as honest with yourself as you possibly can be, you know.
I think one of the things you said early on was, would you find yourself entertaining? Like, would you watch your own live stream? And that was a big turnaround point for me, like, of reflecting back to, okay, I'm not very talkative. When I am, it's kind of like dead end conversation question, or I'm pretty much like cutting off the conversation. So it's like, okay, let's work on that. And let's improve on that. And that's where it's been like, that was a big fun learning moment and reflective moment.
Yeah, watching your own VOD is so tough. It is like cringeworthy sometimes. It's just painstaking sometimes, but there's so much you can gain from it. There's so much you can watch and just be like, would you genuinely watch your stream? I don't know. Like, go and watch your stream and see how you like it. See, you know, what parts are you just like, man, this is boring, or I could do something better here, or this was great, I should try to do more of this. And yeah, I spent a lot of time months ago, and I mean, even still, like, I'll occasionally go and like watch a little bit of my VOD, like not as much as I used to, but I'll watch, especially if I change something new, or if you just like want to watch for 10-20 minutes and just be like, did everything look good, sound good, how was the flow, like, what can you always do better, you know?
Yes, I've been doing that a lot lately too. Like, this morning at work, actually, I rewatched Happy Birthday stream last night. I just wanted to check audio levels. I was very, very concerned about my mic, and I still am, like, right now. But I've just slowly been critiquing it and trying to find what sounds good to me, to where like I know that it sounds fairly decent.
Yeah.
But it's just critique. There's always going to be little things to critique, and it's, don't take it as a negative, take it as a positive, and move on from it. Don't let it eat you alive.
Absolutely. Do you think it could be maybe something with your noise gate on the mic? Because I know sometimes when you're talking, it'll kind of like fade out a little bit and then like completely cut off. Could it be the noise gate maybe?
I don't know, because right now I have it
or
set.
Noise suppression.
I don't even have that on.
Oh, okay.
I have a limiter at 2 and a noise gate at 0.9, which is like next to nothing. Everything else is just gain. So I think it's something internally, or maybe my cable.
You know who we need right now?
I'm probably way louder now.
Was it? Oh no! Oh, are you talking into the wrong side? Oh no! Zach. Quick, let's restart the whole podcast.
Start over.
So, who is Zach?
Hi guys.
Oh man,
I'm Zach.
No, it's totally fine. Honestly, like, I was monitoring the audio levels the whole time. It was still sounding pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, audio is it's so crucial, but it's tough at the same time.
It's overlooked. Yeah, it's crucial, but it's just overlooked. It's,
you know, I feel like so many people, they always want like the cool camera look, or they want like the cool lights or whatever. But audio, like, if y'all got money to spend and you want to upgrade something, really consider upgrading the audio. Like, how many times do you just put a podcast or like put a stream on lurk mode, put it in your pocket and just kind of like do your work or whatever, and you're just listening in the background?
Mornings at you.
I feel like a lot of I would bet more people lurk and listen to streams than they do actually watch it. I would bet money that that's the case.
100%.
Yeah, because if you're watching and you have like 30 viewers and, you know, I mean, there might be like 5-10 people chatting, you know, maybe a couple are watching, but I bet you the most of them are at work listening or just like listening in the background while they're doing work. That's one of the coolest things about streams, you know, is they're like almost a replacement to podcasts. They're in that same kind of long format vein, you know?
For sure.
Do you think you'd ever want to do any kind of podcast or anything like that?
I thought of it. It would be fun. I would want to work on my conversing skills first, if the right term. Just to be able to carry a conversation on a little more and ask crucial but critique questions like in the moment, I guess I would say. Something to look forward to for sure. Like, I know this is my second podcast I've done in the last year. Like, I mean, I've did the one with Porto, super fun. Now I'm here doing this with you, and it's a blast. Like, it's a very cool idea, and it's very fun to get to know, I guess, like your community better if you look at it from the Twitch side, or even just to have to meet more people and like to really get to know one-on-one and like individuals. I
totally agree. Shout out all, by the way, to My Name is Porto, 10 out of 10 streamer. Yes. Love him so much to pieces. He was like I already had the idea that I wanted to do a podcast before I jumped on his podcast, but like afterwards I was like, we got to do this. We like just got to make this happen. Yeah, Porto's really good. He's like really good at conversing and just kind of keeping that flow and consistency going. So that's one thing I feel like. Do you feel like you've gotten better with conversing as you've been streaming?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm able to carry on a conversation more and multiple conversations. Like it's a lot of fun when you have like, because you don't know when that person's going to hop in. So you could be in the middle of a conversation with, like, I'm talking to you and I'll say like, oh yeah, your day was awesome. That's so cool. And then like Moose hops in and I'm like, oh my God, it's Moose. How was your day? But then like, I'll carry on and talk to you. And then like, it's gotten a lot better.
Do you find like your conversing skills outside of streaming have gotten better, like at work or with family or friends? You're just like,
oh, for sure.
More?
Confidence. That was a big one for me. I wasn't very confident before Twitch streaming. But then slowly, like I started building up my more like confidence more and more. And now I literally do whatever someone says to do on Twitch.
Like so many people think just streaming on Twitch is just video games, but there's like so many skill sets behind it that people can learn, whether it's the technical side with like connecting a camera and audio and OBS and like learning the software aspect, or even just like getting better conversing or just coming out of your shell and being social and like meeting new people. Like there's so many more things to Twitch than just literally playing video games, you know?
For sure.
And I mean, it could be that like some people literally just throw up Fortnite and just play it because they want to have fun and play video games. And if somebody pops in, cool, like that's totally fine. But I feel like if you take what it is and you're just like, how can this better suit my life? How can I learn something from this? There's a lot of skills to be had and to be obtained, you know, especially when you meet like emote artists, like, oh man, emote artists or my buddy, the Reluctant Hermit. He does like sound when someone follows or subs or whatever, like the notification sound. He creates like sounds for it. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just every time I like see people like that, or like Lolly or Crises when they're doing their art streams, I'm just like, this is so cool. This is what I want Twitch to be, you know, like doing really creative stuff, finding who you are as a person. And then if you want to play, you know, Among Us or Minecraft or whatever, like totally cool. Yeah. But like, I really get excited as for, you know, those cooler stream, not cooler, I don't know if that's the word, but just like the IRL streams, the just chatting streams, the music streams, the cooking streams, dude. The cooking streams are like my favorite. They were so much fun.
I need to do another one. It's been a while. I haven't really told. I think I've told one person this actually. Manager moves, but I'm having the idea of. It's been something. Maybe you could spark something in my head again. But I want to do a cooking. So this is where it would be super. What's what I'm looking for? Like multiple streamers.
Yeah.
But I want like almost like a cooking show, to where like Hell's Kitchen-esque or Chopped-esque, like something along those lines, but in Twitch. I think that would be super fun, super interactive. I just it's hard to like when it gets down to the judging aspect of it. It's super biased because you have the streamer. Like you can't really judge it off anything.
So what if you had like you were the host streamer and then you used Discord and got like 4 people in there, and then you could have like a timer where they'd have like 30 minutes to like cook something, but then you could do polls on Twitch and have chat decide who's the winner.
True.
That could be cool.
But I was just thinking that like that's where I was heading with the idea. I just didn't know like factual judge points, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like visually, yeah, it looks good, but
like
then
taste wise,
right? It could taste like garbage,
but it looks
like,
pretty on stream.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, okay, you could take a potato and make a potato look pretty, but this guy just spent $600 on a chocolate souffle and it looks like trash.
Right,
like,
right. I guess there is an aspect of that missing.
It was hard, and that's something I've been wanting to do for so long, because I think that would be super fun. But like I already know the people I would pick too.
So what if you did it like the opposite, where like you still hosted the stream, but what if you were like the host and you invited like King and Breezy and Mr. White, like them over to your place, and it was like you and 4 of your friends and they were all cooking different things, and then maybe you could be the one deciding?
That could be fun. That could be fun.
And like everyone in chat could just be like the audience watching in and chatting and stuff. That could be fun.
That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Huh. All right. Gears moving again. We got some oil in there.
Honestly, Super Murgatroyd, he does really, really cool stuff like that, where he just has like a 2-hour window and he just has like an idea that he wants to do, and he just like throws it out there, and just chat's like still involved, but he's kind of doing his own thing. But like it's really cool when you find other people that just kind of spark those interests, and you're like, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I could take a little bit over here, a little bit over here, kind of sprinkle them together, kind of put in my own personality. Yeah,
for sure. Well, isn't there a saying like seeing is believing, or no, what is it? Believing is seeing? Something along those lines. Pretty much like you speak it into existence and then it becomes a reality.
Yeah, put it out in the universe. Absolutely. Man, it would be a shame to do this now that Ice Beams isn't there. Oh,
I know. Soon we'll do it when he gets back, and then we'll have you and wifey come out. We'll have a big cooking night.
Hell yeah.
I'll rate it.
Hell yeah. I'll bring all the apple juice.
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Wyatt and Moon, dude, it's so cool how many like streamers there are just like right in that area.
It's insane. Yeah.
So was King kind of like the first of like everyone that started streaming out there? Or was like Mr. White streaming first?
I believe so. I think. I didn't know Mr. White until King mentioned him. He was actually living in Idaho, which is just like 20 minutes from us.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, Mr. White lives out that way. And I'm like, well, I'll have to check him out. So I popped on one of his strings, dropped him a follow. And then I slowly started meeting him. Yeah. And then I found out that he moved right above my sister and King. And I was just like, wait, what? Yeah. What a small world. But
yeah, Mr. White's awesome.
I think it was King to come down to that. Started it, and then Mr. White, and then myself, I think.
Yeah. King was one of the very first people I like really started talking to on Twitch. So it's, going back in some of my like past videos, it's interesting seeing like names who like I don't ever see anymore, or just, like who've just become inactive. But those people like King, you know, and a couple others like Porto, who are just there, or like Cranberry Pudding, you know, just there right from the very beginning and still pop in and talk to. It's I don't know, I feel like the older they get, you know, kind of the stronger the friendship, the relationship kind of builds, you know.
For sure.
So
I think it was, I forgot who I was talking to about that, but yeah, like you start to develop like little inside jokes and just fun little memories that you guys like hold throughout time of knowing each other, and it's fun.
Right. Like I can't wait for like a year from now, or you know, it's crazy, you know. Just time has been flying by, especially with this past year. This past year has felt like the longest year and the shortest year at the same time. Do you kind of relate?
Oh yeah, April it hit, and then all of a sudden it was December, and I was like, where'd the year go?
Right. Yeah, especially just like with work and stuff. There's definitely going to be, I don't know, I've talked to wifey a little bit about the idea of actually leaving my job and just really jumping in and trying to do, not trying, but like actually doing like Twitch and YouTube, like really diving in. I have like some videos planned for YouTube for like original content, like really trying to go gung-ho on it and just like turn it into reality, you know, throw it out in the universe.
That's awesome.
And make it a reality. And it's so, I've only had one job my whole adult life, and it's with this one company, and I've been there for 9 years, and it's so terrifying to like rip that off, you know, and just like walk away from it after almost a decade with like the same kind of schedule and I don't know, like just walking away from it is so tough, but like I want to, you know.
I forgot what it was, or even the context of the saying, but it was something along the lines of like, people always have like a plan B and they rely so much on that plan B, but when there is no plan B, you make plan A work. And that's for your sake of like, yeah, if you were to quit your job tomorrow, you would make plan A work somehow. You'd find the way, rather than having that like safety net to catch you if you fall.
Dude, I like 10,000,000% relate to that. I've told wifey something like that. I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm at the top of a mountain and I want to jump off, and I just like have to believe that I can fly, you know. And if you don't believe you're gonna fly, you're gonna splat down real hard. Like you just gotta believe it. You gotta believe in yourself. And have you ever thought about like ever down the road trying to go full time with content creation or Twitch? Like, is that something that has been a factor for you?
Yes. My ideal job, I wouldn't even say job, would be like, I would love to travel the world and create videos, like just location
drone
videos, drone videos, just epic, like cool island spots. Like, I mean, just so many different things. That would be the ideal job. I haven't looked too much into how I would pursue it. But like, I'd really enjoy making that style of video and uploading it to YouTube. I'd probably say that would be my big one that I would love to do at some point, but still treading water and how to get there.
There's a YouTuber I follow called Lost LeBlanc, I believe, and he travels. He does exactly that. I think he only stays in one country for like a 2-week period, and then like flies to a different country. So he's like always hopping between countries. But yeah, he does that. He does like awesome drone videos and like just goes to like the hot spots at these places, and it's really cool to see. Like, dude, I feel like we were definitely brothers in another life, because like everything you're talking about, I'm like, dude, yes, I want to travel the world and visit the hot springs and go surfing over there and climb to the top of the towers. And dude, we got to do it. We got to do it someday, man. Believe in yourself, Zach. Anything is possible, my man.
Yes. Side note, do you know much about Oregon? Like, is it Is like their parks and stuff in lockdown right now?
I don't think we've been to any of the national parks in Oregon like since all of this started. We've actually been like pretty intense about like staying home and not even like going out much at all. Although that's kind of changing. I feel like the whole world is kind of like time. Oh, I don't want to say time to move on, but like, oh man, dude, part of me really wonders like, yes, there's so much of the physical safety, you know, by staying home in quarantine, but like, what about the mental aspects? You know, what about like depression or like alcoholism or just all of these factors that are, you know, sure, people aren't getting sick with COVID, but like depression is skyrocketing and alcoholism skyrocketing. And like, I feel like there's going to be some bad totally off subject, totally not what we're talking about, but yeah. Wifey and I have been talking.
I agree.
We've been talking about
it's been brutal.
We've been talking about going to like wanting to do a beach trip, going to the Oregon coast and go to like Cannon Beach area past like couple weeks and take the pups out. We used to go at least like once a month, but we haven't been in a long time. So yeah, we got to go to. Have you ever been to Cannon Beach?
I haven't. Oh wait, is that the one with the giant rock? Like,
yeah,
the iconic. Okay, yeah. I was there a long time ago, but not recently. That'd be fun to go back.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The ocean scares me.
Oh, does it? Not an ocean fan?
I mean, I'll go on the beach. That's about it. It's just I don't know what's down there, and that's what's scary.
Yeah, honestly, the water in Cannon Beach, Seaside, like that whole area is freezing ass cold.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like even in summertime, even in July, August, it's like freezing cold.
Oh,
so
jeez.
I mean, you could get like your knees in there, but like I don't see anybody actually swimming in it. It's pretty cold. But yeah, sometimes, you know, especially at like sunset, you just kind of look out, and there's been times we've been out there and I'm just looking out. I'm like, you know, Japan's over that way. It's a long ways away. Ocean's
just
terrifying.
Keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. The ocean's terrifying, man. Especially if you like, do you know there was more people that have been to space than have been to the deepest parts of our oceans? How terrifying is that?
That's what I'm saying. That's why it scares me. Like, I'd rather go to space than sit and go in the ocean.
Oh, there's something terrifying, dude, about like those submarines that go all the way down and like the pressure. All it takes is one crack.
Right?
Oh man. And
like
you just
the giant octopus, octopi, and like, oh no.
Just like look out the window, you're kind of like wiping it away, and then just like a big old squid goes by you. Yeah, no, not my cup of tea either.
Seriously.
Oh man. So one final question I did want to ask you before we wrap up. Dude, we've already gone 2 hours. Like this happened with Ryman,
Have
where
we?
I like,
oh my gosh,
and the whole conversation went by. Helps having a fantastic guest, by the way. So thank you so much for
great host.
What is one question I did not ask you tonight that you would have asked yourself?
Ooh. This is like that intro question that I hope gets cut because it was bad.
Is cereal soup?
Yeah. It's a great question. I mean, I hate being put on the spot like this.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I don't even know. You asked me where I saw myself, if I would still be creating content, right? That was earlier. God, I don't know. Pass.
Pass. Oh, that's totally fine. I guess kind of more of a like, if you would want to indulge on any aspect of streaming, content creation, or just like who you are as Zacharyson, the awesome person, is there anything like you would kind of like to mention at all to our listeners, to our viewers?
Nothing's sparking the moment. I mean, I would say like from a personal side, believe in, or don't let anyone change what you believe in. Stand up for what you believe in, and if they don't like it, that's okay. Like, you're not going to win everyone over.
I like that. If if they matter, they don't care. And if they don't care.
Exactly.
Wait, what was the saying, Lolly? Oh no, I'm like butchering it. It's like if they don't matter. No. Damn it. Sorry,
no.
Lolly. she's face palming so much right now. I can tell. Yeah.
Lolly rage.
Lolly rage is real. We love you, Lolly. You're the bestest in the world. So final thing I'd at least want to ask you, Zach, for everybody listening, for everybody watching, if our viewers and listeners do want to get in contact with you online, where do they find you?
Discord. Super active on there. I am part of the Fireside Discord, thankfully. Awesome community. I'm not very active in that Discord. I do apologize. It's a little daunting at times. I don't know if you feel that way too.
There's
it's
a
like,
lot.
You say it's super cool and it's awesome,
Yeah.
but like it's just super overwhelming. It's like, whoa, there's so much going on here.
There is.
But
in a
yeah,
good way.
super
In a
active
good
on
way.
Discord. Yes, for sure. Awesome creations coming together in there. But I'm super active on Discord. Feel free to message me, or I'm trying to be a little more active on Twitter. Should ask the man himself. You are a king at it. I don't. I tried it for like 2 days in a row, and I was like, I don't like this. I just
Twitter's
stopped.
interesting. It's kind of like Discord just chatting, but the whole world is there kind of watching. So Twitter's interesting. I've been wanting to try to be more active on Twitter, but there's just so much.
It's a lot.
Dude, some people spend so much time on Twitter, and I'm like, where do you find this time? And can I have some of it, please?
Well, and it's like, to me, I feel like it's like so much. Like, it could be one person saying, "Oh, I had a turkey sandwich for lunch today," or, "Hey, I just landed a car on Mars," like Elon Musk. Like, what?
Right. Yeah, the ones I see a lot where it's just people will literally just post out like, "I'm going live" with their Twitch URL, and I'm like, I mean, okay, but how many people click that? I think it can be like an art to kind of make a post as appealing as possible. It's kind of like trying to uncover the formula, piece together the puzzle.
Sure.
Like, what's the best way to do a going live post? What's the best way to get engagement? What's the best way? I'm super fascinated by that stuff. That was a big reason I wanted to do the podcast and to have content creators on and streamers on, and just to be able to talk to them and what is their flow, what inspires them, what motivates them, why do you continue to stream? What's the motivation behind it? What's the core there? And Ryan Man interview was awesome. Zach, you have been absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see where the future of this goes, my man.
Honestly, it's been an honor to be here. I appreciate it. You're a huge inspiration to me and so many others. So it's super cool just to be able to sit here one-on-one and just chat with you, and soon to meet you, I hope.
Hell yeah, we absolutely have to, my friend. Thank you so much, Zachary, for being on. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening, for watching, for all the good vibes, for all the positivity. Definitely, I will be posting this episode of the Zephcast on Patreon as an early access, and then this will be available next Saturday. Will that be the 30th? Oh my God, are we almost in April? Holy crap. As we're talking about time flying. So next Saturday on April 3rd is going to be when this will premiere on the Zephcast YouTube channel. But definitely want to say big thank you again, Zach, for coming on the show, for giving me the chance to talk to you, to kind of get more one-on-one behind the legend and everything behind it. I really do appreciate you so much for being here, my friend.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, my friends, and nothing but love and positivity always. I'll see you all in next week's episode. Much love, everyone.